Is this the best speaker you've never heard because you haven't heard them yet? Well, you can hear them at Gramophone's Experience Center just outside of Baltimore, Maryland. We've got them on display in an incredible system. I'm Joe with Gramophone. If you love good music, treat yourself and listen to the Sonus faber Aida 2 speaker in a true cost-no-object Macintosh system. It may change forever the way you feel about listening to music. Who is Sonus faber? They've been manufacturing loudspeakers in northern Italy for 40 years, since 1983. Generations of master craftsmen building lutes, violins, and so forth have been passed down to the craftsmen who create Sonus faber speakers today. Visually, Sonus faber's Aida 2 is literally a work of art. If you look at these beautiful sides, you'll see that you can get them either in the Wenge finish or in a red stained walnut. Both look gorgeous. Custom paint finishes are available too. This front baffle is all leather. The top is all in glass. And Sonus faber's hand polishing process makes this entire product look extraordinary. Literally centuries of handcrafting have led to these curved surfaces that work so well acoustically. We don't have a rectangular box creating standing waves. Instead, we've got a product that has no standing waves. The grills are made of twin metal supports with these thin cables that come down. There's a grill both on the front and on the back. That works really well because it's acoustically transparent, and we can even see a little bit about the drivers. A third element that makes the Aida 2 such a spectacular speaker product is the driver complement. Let's start by noting that none of these drivers are off the shelf. Each and every one is designed by Sonus faber's engineers in Italy. We'll start with the 1-inch tweeter up at the top. It's actually a 1.1 damped apex dome tweeter. Next, we've got a 7-inch mid-range. Below that, we have two 8 3/4-inch woofers. At the bottom of the cabinet, where you can't see it, is a 12.5-inch carbon fiber down-firing woofer. All of these drivers, by the way, have neodymium magnet structures. That's a very powerful way to build a magnet structure. Expensive, but it's more compact and creates more room inside the cabinet to do acoustically what we want to do. Let's also talk about the crossover network. This may be one of the most sophisticated crossover networks in loudspeaker history. Each and every one of these drivers that we just described is crossed over at a lower point than the one above it, including down to the woofer. And there's more. Let's take a look at the back panel. In the back of the Aida 2 is the sound field shaper system. This is literally a second tweeter and two more compact mid-range drivers with 3 controls immediately below. Now, why is this so important? The back output here allows you to literally tune the speaker to your specific room. And you can control the size and depth of the image that the Aida 2 will produce by literally tuning this back section to your room. A tremendous advantage because you know the speaker will sound great in your home. Now let's talk about some tech tips and see what Sonus faber's engineers have done inside the cabinet. The stealth reflex design enhances both the low frequency extension, and you can get tremendous bass from these, yet with high efficiency at 92 decibels, 1 watt, 1 meter, while keeping distortion low. They're also employing TMD, the tuned mass damper. That's a series of weights inside the cabinet, vibrating in anti-phase to cancel cabinet vibrations. Let's talk about another technology in the cabinet, and that's constrained layer damping. This cabinet is incredibly inert. There's no resonance when you knock on it. Part of that is the constrained layer damping, where softer materials are placed inside the outside rigid materials, just like a sandwich. What you get is a cabinet that, even when the woofers are creating tremendous bass, is not distorting, moving, or adding any coloration. Let's also talk about ZVT, the zero vibration transfer system that Sonus faber has created. We talked about that down-firing carbon fiber 12-inch woofer. It can generate incredible bottom end that you don't want interacting in a negative way with your floor. So Sonus faber's engineers have found a way to decouple all that movement. The speaker doesn't make the floor produce unwanted vibrations. This is the best representation from speakers and electronics that I've ever heard, along with the associated Macintosh electronics, this system creates probably the most balanced sound I've ever heard. Highs and mids and lows are all working together completely seamlessly. The soundstage that you get, it's big. And again, you can control the soundstage in your room. The dynamics are fabulous. When there's a big shot of energy, it doesn't sound constrained, it sounds wide open. Sometimes when speakers are described as having detailed mids and highs, it kind of means a speaker that can sound cold or sterile. You don't get any of that with the Aida 2. They've blended it perfectly. Another outstanding benefit, you get real bass slam. At live concerts, you feel the bass in your chest as well as hear it. But in some systems that I've heard, you kind of get a little bit of this muddiness in the bass. There's no muddiness here. It's the best representation or combination of slam and detail in the bottom end that I've ever heard from a speaker system. These Sonus faber Aida 2 speakers sound amazing. At $140,000 for the pair, they may not be the ones you take home. Sonus faber has speakers in all kinds of price ranges, starting at just $9.99 a pair. We can take care of you no matter your budget. But treat yourself. Come to Gramophone's Experience Center, book yourself an appointment to listen to them, because they'll reset your expectations for what a speaker's all about. If you never hear the best, you won't know what you're missing. Come visit us at Timonium, Columbia, or Gaithersburg, Maryland. You can see all of our great brands at gramophone.com, or shop Sky by Gramophone, where you'll get a secure checkout, fast and free shipping, straight to your door. Our social media links are below. Check them out. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. We'll look forward to seeing you soon.